Hello! Welcome back to my channel. I'm Katie.the.cosmic.sailor, and today we are going to be getting messages from your higher self. So we have oracle cards that we're going to get into, tarot cards, and then we're going to end by flipping through the tarot poetry book and pulling a poem for you, and also some self-care cards as well. So that's the reading for today. We have 3 groups to choose from. The first group is going to be this pile with the rose quartz tower point. The second group is going to be this stack of cards with the pink agate. And the third group is going to be this stack of cards with the blue calcite. So fill whichever group you feel drawn to the most. I will have the timestamps linked in the description box below, that way you can click straight to your pile. If you feel drawn to more than one group, that's totally okay. That just means there's more than one message for you here today. And if you need more time to pause the video, feel free to do so. Other than that, I will see you in your pile. Bye! Hello! If you chose this stack of cards with the rose quartz crystal, this is your reading, messages from your higher self. I want to go ahead and get a close-up of this stone. Really pretty, really beautiful. I already feel like your higher self may have been encouraging you to practice more self-care, practice more self-love, really focusing on nourishing your own self. I feel like that's one of the messages that's already coming through. We're going to go ahead and look at your cards, see which cards you got. So we have 6th house routine. Your higher self may also have been encouraging you to look into sacred geometry. I'm also getting the message of a tattoo. If you've been thinking about getting a new tattoo, I feel like your higher self may have been encouraging you to do this. Do something to treat yourself, and something that you love, something that you enjoy. And then we have joy is the ultimate creator. I feel like that goes hand in hand with self-care. I feel like your higher self has been nudging you toward doing things that bring you joy, that make you happy, self-care, self-love, things that fill your cup up. And with this message of joy is the ultimate creator, I feel like you are a powerful manifester. And when you're in the energy of joy, I feel like it's almost like you're in alignment. It's like whenever you're following your heart, you're in alignment. And then we have activated earth, power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. Maybe you've been thinking about making a move, or maybe you are moving houses. I feel like this is in alignment with your higher self. And with the message of, again, we have like the sacred geometry and ley lines. If you've been feeling called to get your astrocartology, I think that's how you say it, astrocartography, chart read, I feel like your higher self has also been encouraging you to do this as well. Your higher self is saying there's certain places in the world where certain parts of yourself want to be expressed. So if you've never looked into astrocartography, I feel like your higher self is really encouraging this of you as well. And one of the messages I'm getting through mainly is to look at where your Venus and your Sun lines are. and maybe taking a trip to those places, not necessarily moving, but traveling to those places. If you've been feeling called to explore other cultures as well, is kind of a message that's coming through. And then with this trust where you're led, I'm also getting the message, follow your intuition before it makes sense. Let's see. And then we have Beaver Spirit, lay a solid foundation. With the number 6 here again. So the 6th house, 6, you could be seeing 666. I feel like number 6 for me is all about love, self-love, loving others. I feel like really strongly, I feel like your higher self really is encouraging you to do what makes you happy. Do what brings you joy, whether that's singing, dancing, and your higher self is also saying surrender to the joy. And then we have joy again. So that message of joy is really strong with this pile. Make time for the little things today. And I feel like your higher self with this little things message is saying you don't have to do this huge extravagant thing or buy this huge extravagant thing or exert a lot of energy to find joy. Your higher self is really encouraging you to find joy in the little things. And your higher self is also saying it's the little things that make up life. And with this routine here, I feel like your higher self really is encouraging you to maybe shift your perspective toward love, joy. Maybe your name is Joy, or maybe you know somebody named Joy. I'm also getting, if you've seen Inside Out, the character Joy, I feel like there could be messages in that movie for you as well. And your higher self is saying, remember the things that make you happy. I feel like you could be coming out of a dark night of the soul, or maybe a period of depression. And your higher self is saying you can choose to be happy now. And they're also saying it's the little habits that you do throughout the day that create a foundation of stronger habits. And I feel like this really comes down to things that make you happy, things that fill up your cup. I feel like your higher self is really encouraging you to start doing something small every day that makes you happy, whether that's gratitude journaling, whether that's, I'm hearing aromatherapy or fragrances, lotioning your body, surrounding yourself with things that make you feel good. And with this lay a solid foundation card, it's like the habits that you build towards self-love really do create a sense of peace and joy and love within you to build on. So your higher self really is saying to give yourself more credit, and they're saying you know what you need. You know what you need in every moment. You know what you need to make yourself happy. But I feel like it's coming down to this habits. And I think there was something that I read somewhere that was like, it takes 21 days or something to build a habit. And then once you build that habit, it's like you don't have to show up for yourself. And it doesn't take as much energy to practice self-love and practice self-care because it's part of your foundation. It's part of your everyday routine. And I feel like your higher self really has been saying to trust your intuition. And I'm just seeing somebody like dancing in the living room. I feel like your higher self really is encouraging you to not judge yourself so harshly. And your higher self really wants you to realize how precious life is, and how your higher self is saying your natural state of being is a state of joy, is a state of happiness. And Your higher self really just wants you to release and let go of anything that you feel is weighing you down and not focus so much of your attention on those things, but really shifting your focus to what makes you happy. And especially if you're coming out of like a period of depression or a dark night of the soul or a period where things have felt hard, it may be uncomfortable to shift your perspective into this joy. But once you continue to show up for yourself in this way every single day, it really is a practice. But once you continue to practice being happy, practice being joy, and your higher self is also saying, act as if everything in your life is happening exactly as it should. Act as if you have the things you want in your life. Act as if you're at a peak in your life. It's like you will begin to see those things in your life because you're continuing to show up for yourself in this way. And your higher self is also saying it could be or it could feel uncomfortable or hard to laugh at the little things or laugh at yourself or find this sense of play in life right now. But once you continue to find play and find joy and find happiness in the little things around you in this current moment, in this present moment, it will be easier. It's like chipping away at a block. Your higher self is just showing me like a face that has no expression and continuing to find that inner smile every single day. It's like you won't have to fake it till you make it, because once you've chipped away completely at this negative energy or this like fear of love almost, it won't be as hard to find joy. It won't be as hard to laugh. And your higher self just wants to see you happy, just wants to see you in this energy of play. I feel like your higher self and your inner child are very connected to each other. And your higher self really wants you to just be in this energy of love and light. And I feel like it is your natural state, but you may tend to worry a lot. I'm hearing perfectionism as well, or judge yourself. Your higher self really wants you to be your own best friend. And I feel like practicing self-love could be very helpful for you, very beneficial for you. And your higher self keeps saying inner smile. Inner smile. So it's like even if you don't feel on the outside like you can exert a lot of energy toward dancing and jumping and singing and laughing and playing, your higher self really just wants you to tap into this energy of an inner smile. Feeling grateful for things that you have. Your higher self wants you to look around right now and look at the things that you have that you once thought that you wanted, and then you got them and then you kind of overlooked and forgot that you wanted that thing. I feel like your higher self really just wants you, like right now, to look around and name 3 things that you're grateful for. 3 things. This could be your body, your breath, your awareness, the clothes you have on. Really just anything. I feel like your higher self really wants you to come back into the present moment. They keep saying your natural state of being. So I feel like mindfulness meditation would be very helpful for you as well. Just witnessing the thoughts and letting them pass and not attaching yourself too much to one identity or one perspective, especially if the perspective feels quite heavy. I feel like your higher self is also saying lightness of being is your natural state, letting things flow through you and not attaching yourself. It's almost like I'm seeing this person walking along a trail and they pick up a rock every time they see something. They keep picking up all these rocks, and then all of a sudden they're just carrying all these rocks, and it just feels so heavy. I feel like your higher self is also saying practice letting go as well. We're going to go ahead and get some tarot cards for you. And I'm saying 1333 on the clock timer. I feel like your higher self, and we have 3 here as well, is encouraging you to create. And your higher self is saying create from a place of knowing that nothing is perfect, and create without abandon. Whatever that means. I feel like I've never heard that before. I feel like maybe you could also have been looking into Buddhism. I'm hearing Zen Buddhism. Your higher self is encouraging you to practice becoming the witness of your thoughts. Letting go, coming back to the present moment, focusing on the stillness between thoughts as well. Maybe you've been looking at a lot of quotes from Buddha also. I'm just looking at this poster that I have in my room, and it says, "Thousands of candles can be lit from a single candle, and the life of the candle will not be shortened. Happiness never decreases from being shared." And I'm seeing 1444 on the clock timer. I feel like your higher self has been sending you a lot of numbers saying you are on the right path. And I feel like your higher self is also saying when you see number synchronicities like 666, 333, 444, I feel like your higher self is calling you back to the present moment and becoming aware of what you're thinking of at that moment you see that synchronicity. Let's see. Spirit guides of love and light, please connect me to the higher self of pile number 1. And your higher self is saying your life is lived in the current moment, in the present moment. And they're saying don't focus too much on the future that you forget that you are here now. I feel like the affirmation, "I am here now," would be very helpful for you as well. Can we please get some messages from the higher self of pile number 1, please? Messages from the higher self of pile number 1. Oh, I still like these 2 cards. Okay. On the back of the deck, we have the dolphin. I love this because for me, dolphin spirit represents duality. And it says down here, "An opportunity arises that needs your attention right away. Moving quickly is important, yet there's nothing you can't handle if you follow your inner guidance." And that was kind of the message that I was picking up in the very beginning. Trust where you're being led, trust your intuition. Let's see, we'll put this one over here. We'll look at these cards. So you got the 10 of Summer, which is the 10 of Cups. And we have this like image of prairie dogs here with the rainbow in the back. Let's see, it says, "It's time to express your love and appreciation for family, be it relatives or a chosen family or close friends. Congratulations may be in order on a happy, fulfilling marriage, as well as raising happy, balanced children." And again, we have that message of balance here. Balance. I feel like your higher self is saying you are due for a moment of joy. You are due for this love and light. And that's what I'm saying with this like balance and this dark night of the soul. I feel like you've already gone through this period of depression or of darkness, and you're really re-emerging into the light, and your higher self is really saying surrender to the joy. And I'm just seeing somebody like, I'm seeing two people. One person is like dancing and having fun and laughing. I feel like this is your higher self and kind of nudging to the person next to them, which I feel like is your current, your present, your human self. And your higher self is really nudging you and saying, look at this, we can let go, we can dance, we can laugh, we can have fun. And for some reason, I'm seeing your current self just being like grumpy to be grumpy. And so I feel like your higher self really is encouraging you to just let go. Just let it go. Let it all go. Just have fun. Have some fun. And then we have the deer. So on the top it says, sensitive, kind, open-hearted, inexperienced. And we have this like fish like leaping again. We have the dolphin over here leaping out of the water. I feel like coming back to the present moment, there's a lot of things for you to be happy about in your present moment, in your current moment. But your thoughts may be telling you otherwise. And this says, you can expect to kindle a new romantic relationship or close platonic friendship. You may suddenly receive an emotional message from someone or be invited to a social event. And this message, be invited to a social event, there could be people in your life who are trying to connect with you, who are trying to bring out the light in your life, and who want to see you have fun. And I feel like this is a message of confirmation. If you have been invited to an event, or if you are invited to an event, your higher self really is nudging you to go and connect with people. And then we have the Two of Winter, which is the Two of Swords. I feel like I was saying, like I feel like your higher self really wants you to dance and have fun. So this is the Dachshund. Procrastination and worrying what others will think is blocking you from making a decision. If you're torn between your own desires and someone else's, follow your inner guidance. Again, we have that message twice. Follow your inner guidance and follow your inner guidance. It literally says it right here on both of these cards. Follow your inner guidance. That's a strong message for you, pile number 1. If you felt drawn to another pile, I encourage watching that pile as well. But the two of Winter, this is the Two of Swords, you know, in the Rider-Waite Tarot, the Two of Swords, the person is blindfolded and they're stuck between a decision. It's almost like your higher self really is asking you to get out of your head and look around. Look around. Find joy in the present moment. Be grateful for everything that you have. Release worry. You could have strong Virgo placements as well with the 6th house here. And Virgo tends to be very judgmental of themselves. If you don't have Virgo placements, I'm just feeling this energy that you could be really hard on yourself. And you could worry about what other people think about you. And your higher self is also saying, other people are thinking about themselves. Just as much as you think about yourself, other people are thinking about themselves in this way as well. And so it's like your higher self really is encouraging you to open up, embrace love, embrace light, let go, stop worrying so much about what other people think about you, because those people are also worrying about what you think of them. Let it all go. We're going to end with some self-care cards for you. We're going to pull a self-care, something that you can do to take care of yourself, to show yourself some self-love. On the back of the deck, we have watch a movie. So if you felt called to watch some type of movie, maybe a movie about friendship, about love, about joy, I feel like your higher self is encouraging this of you. We're going to go ahead and pull a card. Spirit guides of love and light, please connect me to the higher self of pile number 1. Can we please get a message for pile number 1, please? So this card flipped over. I feel like keeping it. And then on the back of the deck we have pleasure. So I don't know if I can actually show this on YouTube, but we'll just keep the word. And then we have make a vision board 3-3 again. I feel like a vision board could be very helpful for you as well when it comes to manifestation. But with this card being here, I feel like, again, it's like your higher self really wants you to surrender to the joy, surrender to the love of life, the lightness of life. And I feel like taking a walk could be very helpful for you as well when it comes to clearing your mind, clearing your head, letting your thoughts go, and not attaching yourself too much to them, you know? When you're taking a walk, really be in the present moment. Focus on the sky, focus on how your feet feel whenever they move on the earth, and how it feels to walk. You know, you lift your leg, move, step, lift, move, step, you know, really coming back into the present moment. I feel like your higher self is encouraging this of you. And I feel like taking this walk would be very helpful for your mind as well, like your mental health. And your higher self is saying mental health walks, maybe making this a part of your routine. And just focusing on the nature, focusing on the sky, the animals that you hear around you. Just really bringing yourself back to the present moment. And we're going to end with a little quote for you, or a little poem for you from this tarot book. Spirit guides of love and light, please connect me to the higher self of pile number 1. What message do you have for pile number 1? So we have the Emperor. This says, holding life and reality in your very own hands, you show others what it means to make decisions with conviction. You hold the calmness that comes before the storm and unleash it when you see fit. Your expertise lights the way, and those in your circle will never be led astray. So feel free to take a screenshot of this and just look at this whenever you feel down. I feel like this could be very helpful for you. With this, I'm getting claim your power. You are the leader in your life. Joy is the ultimate creator. But I feel like this is all I have for you, pile number 1. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, please give me a like, please comment down below and let me know if this resonated. And if you feel called, please subscribe to my channel. It really does help my channel grow, and we would love to have you be a part of the Sailor family as well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you later. Bye! Hello! If you chose this deck of oracle cards and this crystal, this is your reading. Messages from your higher self. So already, since you chose this agate crystal, there's a lot of like layers in it. Your higher self is saying you are multifaceted. You are more than one thing. I feel like your higher self could be encouraging you to discover more about yourself. Maybe you've been doing a lot of self-inquiry, looking into your birth chart, looking into your numerology chart, astrocartography chart, just looking into more about your identity. I feel like your higher self is saying you are multifaceted. And it was like I heard that quote from Shrek. He says something like, I'm an onion, onions have layers, ogres have layers, something like that. There could be messages in that movie for you. We're going to go ahead and look at your cards and see what you got. So we have Mercury, Mind, and then we have like this ancient Egyptian. I feel like, I'm not exactly sure who this is. I feel like he could be very significant for you. Maybe looking up. And we have this image of like this world in the hands. I want to see what it says in the book real quick. See if it mentions who this character is, because I feel like it could be very significant for you. Thoth. So this says, if you want to tell people the truth, make them laugh, otherwise they'll kill you. I don't know, that's That's funny. And I saw 210 on the clock, so that could be significant for you, 210. But this card says, the god Mercury is the Roman counterpart of the Greek god Hermes, the messenger with wings at his heels and on his hat, connected to everything associated with the mind, quick wit, brevity, mental flights, trickery, inspiration, and also movement, as in moving ahead and also transits. Mercury gives poetry to the imagination. Since the gods Mercury and Hermes are related to the Egyptian god Thoth, god of writing, patron of scribes, and those who work as divine mediators and interpreters. So maybe your higher self has been encouraging you to look into the god of Thoth. I'm also getting, if you have been feeling called to journal, or maybe you write poems or you've written poems in the past, I feel like your higher self has been really encouraging you to express yourself through your writing. And I feel like you could come to know certain parts of your identity through your writing. This also says Mercury is also a comedian, and we had that message of Shrek coming through. I feel like your higher self really is encouraging you to laugh more. And I feel like focusing on the energy of laughter could be very healing for you as well. And then we have the dragonfly spirit. I always trust the direction of the universe and know I'm being guided. With this card, I'm getting your higher self is saying that they are always with you. They could never leave your side. And again, like this message with the dragonfly, I get the message of the illusion of the mind. There's another animal spirit deck that I think it's the Kim Kranz one. Talks about the dragonfly being like parts of the mind. You could really be discovering more about how your mind works, or your higher self is asking for you to discover more about how your mind works. Really, I feel like looking at your Mercury placement in your astrology chart could be very helpful for you. So for example, if you have Mercury and Sagittarius, you could tend to want to, the way your mind works could be more of a philosophical way. Whereas if your Mercury is in Leo, your mind wants to express itself more. Let's see. We also have Earth School. Life lessons, soul growth, study, higher knowing. I feel like you're at a point in your life where you're learning a lot about yourself. And I'm also feel like mentioning the gene keys. I think it goes hand in hand with, what is it called? Body. I can't remember. I feel like your higher self is encouraging you to do a lot of self-exploration right now. So looking up the gene keys and looking up your gene key chart, it talks about your DNA and things that are expressed through your DNA. And what is it called? Let me look it up real quick. Human design. That's what it's called. Maybe looking up your human design chart. Your higher self could also be encouraging this of you, and looking into like why your mind behaves the way that it does, and looking at your human design. I feel like your higher self is encouraging this of you as well. And then we have the Seas of Mintaka, seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. And I feel like your higher self is saying you don't know about things until you know about them. I feel like your higher self really is encouraging you to get into a place of self-exploration and really trust that what you're being called to look into is meant for you. There's a reason why you're being called to learn about these parts about yourself. And I feel like this could have to do with karma as well. There could be certain things replaying in your life that your higher self is really asking you to call attention to. And they're saying your numerology chart, if you've been thinking about getting that read as well, looking into that. And it's like, once you become aware of these parts of yourself, it's like once you have the awareness of why your mind or your body acts the way it does, it's like you can then become free. It's like that your higher self is saying knowledge is power. And then we have dog spirit. Be loyal to what you love. And I feel like your higher self is saying surrender to creativity. If you've been calling to create something, especially like a book or a poetry book or something having to do with words, for sure is here, but this could be anything, whether this is something with your hands or photography or things like this. Your higher self is really encouraging you to trust that there's a reason why you're drawn to things. And it's like, I feel like you could have a lot of self-doubt. Your higher self is saying to trust in yourself. And really, it's like, with this, be loyal to what you love, really falling into self-love, falling into self-care. And your higher self is saying there's a reason why you love the things you love. Maybe you're meant to speak about them or share them or become a teacher of some sort. Your higher self is saying all teachers were once students. But also, I just feel like this has to do, you could maybe doubt, like, for example, if you're really into tarot and you're really into spirituality and you're really into that type of thing, your higher self is saying there's a reason, because you're meant to teach about it, because you're meant to share the knowledge that you learn, that you acquire. You know, and they're saying people who aren't meant to be tarot readers aren't interested in tarot. People who are meant to be tarot readers are interested in tarot. People who are meant to be mediums are interested in mediumship. You know, your higher self is saying there's a reason why you love the things you love. And then we have rest as well. Slow down. You don't have to solve everything today. And we have this hummingbird spirit here. With the hummingbird, I think of be here now, being in the present moment, surrendering to the joy of life, coming back into the present moment. And your higher self is saying everything you need is here right now. You don't have to look outside of yourself for answers. It's interesting, we're getting this like kind of conflicting message about self-inquiry, being curious about your charts, being curious about your birth placement, your astrocartography, your numerology chart, but also realizing that you have all the answers within. I feel like your higher self is encouraging you to look into these types of charts and look into anything you can about your identity. But also remember to not become too self-obsessed, because you have all the answers within. And it's interesting that I was mentioning the gene keys, because if you look into your gene key chart, you might have gene key 10, which is the gene of, I think the shadow is self-obsession. Through the gift of being, you can come into the city of naturalness. So with that gene key, it really talks about when you're in the shadow of that gene key, you can be really self-obsessed and wanting to learn and know and grow and be curious about your charts and want to know more and more and more about your own self and your own identity. And it brings you through the gift of being. So it's like everything in life is natural. Self-obsession is natural. Wanting to rest is natural. Not being so focused on who you are meant to be is natural. Just as natural as being obsessed with who you're meant to be. And I want to look and see exactly what it says about that gene key, because I feel like it could be very particular. There could be a message for you. Okay, so I was wrong. It's the gift of naturalness into the city of being. The more spiritual we become, the more achingly serious we become, and the more we think we know. That's interesting. It says we have to admit at a certain point, however, that we know nothing, absolutely nothing. Very interesting that message is coming through. And it says, the city is of being, divine laziness. And again, I'm getting that message of we do without doing and everything gets done. It's like we're really just meant to ride the wave of life and be in our freedom and be in our not knowing, you know? And it's like a lot of the really like high spiritual teachers, I feel like you are meant to be a teacher of some sort. I feel like there is something that you're very passionate about and you're meant to go down the rabbit hole and discover and teach and be the student. But it's like what I was saying about we do without doing and nothing gets done. It's like the really high spiritual teachers, the really good spiritual teachers who can bring very valuable lessons through, all of them always say, I know nothing. I know nothing. And we have Mercury, the mind here. And again, I was getting that message of the illusion of the mind. It's like a lot of times our minds can try and rope us into saying, well, if I don't know everything, I can't be a teacher. But it's like the greatest spiritual teachers know that they know nothing. And I want to look more and see. So this also says reflecting beauty through the natural expression of life. This also says, once you understand that you are neither your name nor your actions, feelings, thoughts, or beliefs, you realize that human nature is something far greater and wider than ever suspected. And then this also talks about the archetype of the natural. The natural lives in complete acceptance and celebration of who they are. They are in love with life and have surrendered to living authentically as themselves in a way that is good for them and no one else. Their expression and behavior are unique, emanating from a deep self-acceptance that is completely unafraid of what anyone else thinks. They are comfortable in their skin and don't care about fitting in. Wherever they go, they naturally adapt to the environment and circumstances. The natural shows others that naturalness comes through a rising sense of inner freedom and spaciousness, and never through copying someone else. They have an innate confidence and willingness to share themselves and the world, and they empower others to live out their magnificence by demonstrating their own magnificence in the now. Wow, this is a really powerful group. I love this energy. I want to read out of the book, The Dog Spirit, for you. I feel like you're on a very unique path of discovering your own self, of discovering and rediscovering your awareness of the being within you, of the light within you that exists within everything else. And I feel like saying, maybe reading The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle would be very enlightening for you as well. I feel like you're on an enlightening path. Let's see. And your higher self is also saying, as within, so without. So it's like what you see within you, your inner being is also reflected in the outer. So this says, the dog spirit. hold it so you can see it. Dog Spirit appears to remind you that although change is a part of life and all of us are meant to evolve, our love and commitments remain strong. You are loved now and can trust that this higher love is true. Spirit loves you, and love has arrived in many forms now, manifesting in the people you surround yourself with, expressed uniquely for them. Dog Spirit also says, be true to that which you love, for now is a time of good fortune. Be steady as you recognize that people and things are always transforming. Your heart is loving and true, and Dog Spirit wants you to know that your steadfast commitment to experiencing and expressing love will attract and manifest more love. You deserve all of it. Have faith in Spirit's plan for you. And your higher self is saying faith, trust, and pixie dust. This could be my fairy pile. I feel like there's always a pile that really has this like fairy energy. And again, with this dragonfly here, I feel like dragonflies are very connected to the realm of the fairies. So maybe you have fairies as your spirit guides or resonate with being a fairy. Maybe you were a fairy in a past life. We're going to go ahead and pull some tarot cards for you. But I feel like really the main message is to surrender to your being. Oh. Let's see. Your higher self really wants you to surrender to your naturalness, surrender to your being. Rest, slow down. Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. Camera was kind of shaking. Let's see. Spirit guides of love and light. Please connect me to the higher self of pile number 2. Can we please get some messages from the higher self of pile number 2, please? Messages from the higher self. So we had these 2 cards flip out. So the first card we have is the Ace of Spring with the white tiger. And for me, tiger is all about feminine energy. I feel like you could be learning the balance between feminine and masculine, rest and going out and achieving and pursuing. Really is about this balance, you know, and your higher selves are saying humans are walking contradictions. Nothing really makes sense. And your higher self is saying, you will know what you need to know when you need to know it. I feel like your higher self speaks to you in riddles. Very funny. I feel like you could be a very good poet. But this says, a wonderful new opportunity presents itself. It may have come as a surprise, but you'll still want to leap into action and passionately pursue every possibility. Ace of Spring, so this is like the Ace of Wands. You could be receiving downloads, insights from your higher self. I feel like this group is very connected to their higher selves. You could be receiving some sort of an epiphany or a realization or some kind of truth that was always there. You're just uncovering it. I'm seeing just like somebody flipping over a stone and being like, wow, this was here the whole time. The whole time. And then you have the Emperor. Structure and organization are important right now. Don't be afraid to take on a leadership role, as you have much wisdom to offer. Don't be afraid to take on a leadership role. I feel like you could have been doing a lot of exploration, a lot of learning. I feel like you are almost like a student of life, and your higher self is really encouraging you to be the teacher now. And like I was saying with that message before, it's like once you realize that you know nothing, It's almost like everything becomes more fun, everything becomes more light, everything becomes more playful, and you don't have to take yourself so seriously. And I feel like your higher self could be encouraging you to step into this role of the teacher, of the leader. We're going to get one more card. Spirit Guides of Love and Light, can we please get a message from the higher self of pile number 2? Please connect me to the higher self of pile number 2, please. Okay. So we have the 2 of Spring. This is the 2 of Wands. So we have the Ace and the 2 of Wands with the Emperor in the middle. This is very important. I feel like your higher self really is emphasizing this Emperor energy, stepping into your own power. The 2 of Spring, the 2 of Wands is represented by the Pelican. Your vision, creativity, and dedication to your cause have brought you great success. In fact, it may be in your best interest to get a partner to assist in your endeavors or expand the number of people helping you. So the energy of expansion is here, the energy of growth. And again, we have right here soul growth. So you are really at a point in your journey where you could be noticing the growth, noticing how far you've come. Your higher self is acknowledging this. And your higher self is also wanting you to continue to expand, continue to grow. And on the back, we have awakening. I feel like you are in a spiritual awakening. You are, like I was saying in the beginning, could be on a path of enlightenment. But right here it says, look at things in a different way and all will make sense. Don't worry if your progress is halted temporarily. Things will soon start moving again. And then we have the number 12, which makes the number 3. We have Pisces energy here as well. We also have Virgo and Gemini energy and Aries. Leo and Sagittarius are also here. But awakening. I feel like your higher self, like I was saying with that, I keep seeing that image of somebody like lifting up a rock and being like, this was here the whole time. This was here the whole time. I feel like coming into your awareness. And again, I always trust. I feel like when you be in this energy of trust, when you embrace this energy of being and not necessarily feeling like doing, things will start to shift for you. This balance, it's just like this like balance of life. I feel like you're learning that life is a dance. Life is a dance. And again, this message of don't worry. I'm hearing that Bob Marley song, don't worry, boo-doo-doo-doo-boo-boo-boo. Be happy. Everything is working out in your highest and best favor. All you have to do is trust, follow the love, follow the inspiration, and you will grow and expand. We're going to end with a self-care card for you and then a quote from the book. Spirit Guides of Love and Light, please connect me to the higher self of pile number 2. And your higher self is also saying nature never rushes, yet everything is accomplished. Slow down, you're doing fine. Let's see. Please get some self-care. So we have read, and then on the back of the deck we have make a vision board. So I feel like you could be a really powerful manifester. I'm being specifically drawn to the phases of the moon, working with the phases of the moon. Your higher self could be encouraging this of you, but just putting everything that you want to achieve and want to accomplish, and then as you accomplish them, check them off, or maybe putting affirmations around your house. Your higher self could also be encouraging this of you as well. And then we have read. So if you've been feeling like doing some more self-study, looking into certain things, reading a book of self-knowledge, like I was saying, The Power of Now was coming through by Eckhart Tolle. Maybe looking into that book, The Power of Now. He also writes a couple of other books. I think one of them is called A New Earth. He's a really magnificent writer and a really magnificent spiritual teacher. Maybe you've been feeling called to read more spiritual books. Your higher self is encouraging this of you as well. We're going to go ahead and end with a poem. Spirit guides of love and light, please connect me to the higher self of pile number 2. And please get a message. Okay, so you have the Page of Cups. It says, do you have what it takes to look within? Even if you don't know where to begin, explore the depths of this new spark. Offer some patience and it will blossom with luck. Signs swarm all around you, but it's up to you to claim them as found. And I'm also getting the message, I feel like in the beginning there was a lot of messages of doubt. I feel like your higher self really is asking you to trust what you receive. Trust that your higher self is with you. And it's like what you're seeing is meant for you. You don't have to wonder or think, is this something that I'm supposed to be doing? Is this something that because I feel called to it, is it for me? Yes, it's for you. And your higher self is saying, it's all for you. It's all for you. And we have the number 4 again down here, which is the number of the Emperor as well. Structure and organization are important right now. Don't be afraid to take on a leadership role, as you have much wisdom to offer. And if you feel called to take a screenshot of this and look at this later on, there you go. But I feel like that's all I have for you. Pile number 2. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, please give me a like. Please comment down below and let me know if this resonated with you. And if you feel called, please subscribe to my channel. It really does help my channel grow, and we would love to have you be a part of the Sailor family as well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you later. Bye. Hello! If you chose this group of cards and this crystal, this is your reading. Messages from your higher self. So I was already getting the message. Oh, hold on one second. My cat just jumped up here. I was really getting the message. I feel like your higher self could be encouraging you to get in your body and get in touch with your energetic body is really what they're saying. I feel like yoga, Tai Chi, moving your body and really focusing on how your body is feeling could be very helpful for you. Or you could tend to be an overthinker, your higher self is also saying. Really getting into your body and focusing on your body health is something that's coming through for you. We're going to go ahead and look at your cards. Let's see. So you have Taurus, I have and I just keep being drawn back to this message of the body. I feel like doing some type of maybe like restorative yoga or maybe trauma-based yoga could be very helpful for you, and your higher self really is encouraging you to get in touch with your physical body, actually what is going on with your body. I feel like you could store, we all do store trauma in our body, and your body could be having certain signs. I'm hearing ailments or certain things going on with your body, and it's actually very connected to your energetic body. Because with the Taurus here, and especially we have this like synchronicity again, 14 equals 5, and in tarot the 5 is the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is also ruled by Taurus energy. So we have this like really strong message of your energetic body and your physical body being in alignment. Your higher self is really encouraging you to bring your energetic body and your physical body into alignment. And so you did choose the blue calcite, and blue is connected with the throat chakra. So if you've been having a sore throat, or pain in your throat. I feel like this could have something to do with self-expression. Maybe you're not expressing yourself or communicating your needs fully. Your higher self really is encouraging you to bring your energy into alignment. And I feel like this really will help when it comes to healing some sort of ailment that's going on in your body. Or like, for example, maybe you've been having a lot of gut issues where you're having a lot of like IBS or stomach issues or things like this. I feel like this has to do with your self-confidence, your self-power. Really look at your chakras and the elements that you're having in your body. So if it's something to do with your heart, this could be with self-love. If you're having like chest pain or heartburn or things like that, really looking into your chakra system and seeing what's off, and maybe doing a type of yoga for that chakra system. So for example, if it is your throat, maybe doing like throat chakra yoga where you really practice on opening your throat, or maybe doing like vocal exercises or things like that. I feel like that's a message that's coming through with your throat chakra, or with your from your higher self. And then we have, says, I witness the darkness and call on the light with my prayer. Thank you, universe, for guiding me to perceive the sphere through the eyes of the teacher of love. I feel like your higher self really is asking you to embrace gratitude and being thankful for everything in your life. And your higher self is also saying everything that you experience is putting you on the right path. You are on the right path. I'm picking up kind of a lot of self-doubt with this group. I feel like working on your solar plexus is being really highlighted here, and being more confident in yourself, reclaiming your power. And your spirit guide and your higher self are also saying shifting your mindset from one of victim to victor, of one of victim to freedom. And your higher self is saying you don't have to let things of the past control your energy in the present. Really practicing release and letting go, I feel like would be very helpful for you as well. And we have this message of prayer here. I feel like really communicating with your spirit guides and asking them for help could be very helpful for you when it comes to releasing this certain burden that I feel like you are storing and holding on to in your body. You could have experienced some type of trauma or something in your past that you've really just kind of held on to and claimed as part of your identity. And your spirit guides, your higher self, is really asking you to embrace a sense of freedom and letting go of what no longer serves you. And your spirit guides, your higher self, is saying you can choose to be free. Let's see. We have deep cellular healing, Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. And I was picking up that message of physical and emotional. It's like your energetic body being connected to your physical body. And with this message of angels, I feel like something that could be very helpful for you is maybe doing like a healing meditation on YouTube, or praying to your angels, your spirit guides, the universe, whatever you believe in, God, and asking and saying, you know, dear God, dear universe, please help me heal. Please help me release what's in my body. And just really praying, and then as soon as you say amen or thank you, it is so. And once you say it is so, it is so, it is truth, it is what's happening. I feel like that you could be attracting a lot of animals in your life as well, who are trying to encourage you to just heal and let go. And I actually feel really called to read this card out of the book for you. Arcturus energy, especially with this angels. I feel like your angels could be really close to you, and I do feel like they do heal you in your sleep. And I feel like they are helping you release in your sleep. And your higher self is also saying that you could release a lot of emotion in your dreams. If you tend to be closed off emotionally and not very expressive of your emotions, your higher self is encouraging you to, when you feel something, embrace that feeling, and then let it go. So for example, if there's something that makes you mad in the present moment, it's okay to be angry, it's okay to be frustrated, it's okay to be upset. But once you feel that feeling, acknowledge, accept, and let it go. Don't hold on to the feeling, because when we hold on to anger, it creates resentment. And I feel like your higher self really wants you to be in your natural state of freedom, of flow, of letting go, of embracing the present moment. But you could be holding on to a resentment or something like this. But I want to see what it says in the book for the Deep Cellular Healing card. Let's hold it up, that way you can see. Such a beautiful card. It says, your body knows how to heal. Healing is your natural state. Physical and emotional disharmony can be a reflection of how the world, inner and outer, has been out of alignment. If you're suffering from a mystery or chronic illness, don't allow yourself to think you've done something wrong. Today, it's difficult to navigate our health. If this card has made its way to you, you're being called to focus on your healing in practical ways, to prioritize your health, to be kind and tender to your miraculous body, to give yourself the grounding and care you need, to put your body first, to nourish yourself as you would a newborn baby, to treat yourself with tender care. You may be called to switch things up with your body or your emotional well-being, so call in a team of helpers to support you in navigating any challenges you may be experiencing emotionally. The Arcturians are a galactic group of beings who have mastered deep cellular and emotional healing. They want you to know that it's possible to feel vibrant in your body and well in your skin, to have your cells return to effervescence and vitality, to find calmness and contentedness, to have a soothed nervous system and a tranquil heart. And I feel like with that message of your nervous system, yoga is really helpful for balancing out your nervous system and calming your nervous system. And if you're in a fight or flight response or in survival mode, we can tend to, our nerves just kind of are always on high alert. And we're not meant to be like that. We're not supposed to be like in that state. And this says, I take back my vitality and energy and feel more and more healthy each and every day. My body knows how to heal. My body knows how to heal. So I feel like that could be a very powerful affirmation for you as well. My body knows how to heal. And I'm also getting the message, your higher self could be encouraging you to maybe watch or consume lighthearted things. So maybe not watching super emotionally dense TV or emotionally dense movies, and really leaning on comedy. I'm hearing romantic comedy, lighthearted shows and movies that put you in this laughter, fun, joyful type energy. And then we also have embrace the in-between. It was in reverse, so I want to keep it in reverse. And I just saw 11:11 on the clock timer. Your guides, your spirit guides, your higher self could be sending you signs and synchronicities through numbers. And then we have beauty. Dare to be tender and strongly vulnerable. And your higher self, I feel like, is encouraging you to see the beauty in all things. All things are beautiful. All things have a purpose. And I'm getting the message of vulture. So you could be seeing vultures. But vulture is all about balance. It's all about purifying. And we have that message of balance here with the flamingo spirit as well. It's all about releasing what no longer serves us and embracing harder lessons in life. And this, I feel like the spiritual teacher Mooji, M-O-O-G-I, he has a lot of videos on YouTube, would be very helpful for you as well. Again, with this gratitude, I feel like your higher self really is asking you to be grateful for everything that you experience in life, even the harder lessons. Because I keep hearing obstacles are detours in the right direction. You're being put on the right path. You are on the right path. You may just be in a period where you're releasing a lot or healing. But your spirit guides, your higher self, really is asking you to be grateful for this moment in time. And your higher self is saying, nothing lasts forever. Life is fleeting. Everything happens so fast and is gone in a flash. And I want to read this card out of the book for you as well, because I feel like it's important. It says, I'll hold it up right, that way you can see the imagery. But 6, 7, 8, you could be seeing 888 as well. This says, if you're feeling nervous and wobbly, stop worrying about the past and the future. Instead, be present in the moment, balancing, for now is the space in which creativity arises. Creativity is your birthright, but if you're moving too quickly in an attempt to avoid the discomfort of transition, you can blind yourself to the miraculous possibilities that are before you now and those just coming into being. The past has its lessons and planning has its merits, but right now you may be imbalanced because you're becoming too nostalgic for what once was or too anxious about what the future might hold. There is time to plan carefully. For now, be still and know that Spirit is here, co-creating with you in this moment. The next step will appear when it needs to appear. Relax into a state of equanimity and balance, so any anxiety can transmute into trust and faith that all will be as it will for the highest good. For the highest good. Can you imagine? The universe cares so much about you, yes you, that it wants you to be on your highest timeline, that it wants you to be in alignment with your highest self. And your higher self is asking you to lean into this period of discomfort, of transition, of change, and find the beauty in everything. You could be, your higher self is also saying, if there's certain emotions that are coming up out of the blue, and maybe like you feel frustrated or upset and you don't know why, it's because in the past you may have experienced that emotion and not released it. And your higher self is asking you to release the emotions that no longer serve you. But you have to release them. You have to embrace them and release them and not suppress. We're going to go ahead and get some self-care. I mean, not some self-care, some tarot. I want to pull some tarot, but I'm laughing because, oh, sorry about that. On the back of the deck, we have this imagery of the peacock, and this is the death card. So you could be going through transition, you could be going through transformation, but again with this peacock spirit, this is about self-confidence. Your solar plexus chakra, I feel like, is really calling for your attention. But right on the bottom it says, it's time to release the past and move on to something new. This ending is the first step on the way to a happier future. With the white peacock, you could be seeing peacocks. This is a message of confirmation that you are on the right path. You are moving in the direction you are meant to be moving. Let's see. Spirit guides of love and light, please connect me to the higher self of pile number 3. Can we please get some messages for pile number 3, please? Messages from the higher self of pile number 3. And your higher self is also saying, if you've been feeling called to rest, please rest. Please rest. Please relax. Even if you can't sleep, even if you have insomnia or you're having trouble going to sleep, your spirit guides and your higher self really is asking you to just breathe and just release the tension in your body. Let's see. Please connect me to the higher self of pile number 3. Can we please get some messages from the higher self of pile number 3, please? message from the higher self of pile number 3. Okay. So you could have strong Libra placements as well as Pisces placements, and then we have Taurus here as well. But the cards that you got Awakening. Look at things in a different way and all will make sense. Don't worry if your progress is halted temporarily. Things will soon start moving again. So with that message of awakening and progress being halted, I feel like your higher self really is encouraging you to slow down and let go of maybe a heavy perspective that's no longer serving you. And I feel like you're being asked to really find peace in the present moment with this card coming out as well. And then we have Justice with the elephant. Fair decisions will be made after all evidence is reviewed impartially. Have compassion for others and try to see all sides of a disagreement. With this card coming out, I feel like your higher self really is asking you to put yourself in other people's shoes. And your higher self really is asking you to release judgment of yourself and judgment of others. And I feel like your higher self is also saying that all things come into balance. And so just as much as we experience darker things or fear, we experience love and light and freedom. And also, I feel like we're at a point in human history where it's like the pendulum is kind of swinging toward love and light right now. We're kind of at the middle where it's like we know all the pain and trauma and things that we've experienced in the past. But right now, humanity really is asked to heal and release and let go of this heavy burden of the past and embrace the love and light. But right now we're kind of at a point where we're trying to heal and embrace the balance of life and embrace the present moment. And then we have Kangaroo. It says, you feel that there's more to life than what you're living, so it's time to move on. You may be moving from a situation that isn't good for you, or perhaps you're being drawn to what would make you happy. Either way, you're in control. I feel like your higher self really is asking you to prioritize yourself as well. Really focusing on your own energy and what you need in a certain moment, what you need in the present moment. Because you could be letting go of what's no longer serving you and going toward what is, but it's almost like you have one foot in each door right now. You have one foot in the past and one foot in the future. And I feel like there's just like this pulling energy. And I feel like your higher self really is asking you to center yourself. Center yourself is a huge theme that your higher self is really asking of you. I feel like doing solar plexus yoga, finding center, mindfulness meditation as well could also be very helpful for you. We're going to go ahead and pull a self-care. Actually, I didn't show you. Let's see what was on the back of the deck. We have the Ten of Winter. So this is the Ten of Swords. With the Husky, you could have felt drawn to another group as well. And it's interesting that in this imagery of this husky, he's holding his own leash. And so I feel like that message of you are in control is very powerful for you as well. Your higher self is really trying to tell you that you have the power. You have control over your life. If there's something that you're experiencing that you don't want to experience, say thank you for showing me what I no longer need and let it go. But it says, the end of a career path, project, or relationship brings feelings of mixed joy and sadness, relief and disappointment. Put aside your fears about these changes and trust that a brighter future awaits. So it's almost like I'm getting this message of like, releasing and letting go. It's like, you know that what you're stepping toward is what's good for you, is what's better for you than what you have experienced. But it's not saying that just because you're letting go of what no longer serve you doesn't mean that letting go of those things isn't going to bring up feelings of loss or grief or sadness, you know? And I feel like your higher self really is asking you to embrace those feelings and not push them away. Because it's like when you push them away, you're resisting this change. And it's okay to be sad about letting go of things that no longer serve you. But in doing so, you're reclaiming your power. You're reclaiming your truth. You're taking back control over your life. Okay, now we're going to draw a self-care card for you. And see, Spirit Guides of Love and Light, please connect me to the higher self of pile number 3. Can we please get a self-care card for pile number 3, please? So we have watch a movie that came out for you. And like I was saying in the beginning, I feel like watching, was it this pile? I don't think it was. There was another group. If you feel really drawn to that group, please go watch that pile. But watch a movie. I feel like watching something lighthearted could be very helpful for you. Something funny, a comedy, a romantic comedy, something like this that really puts you in this kind of lighthearted energy. I feel like would be very helpful for you. And this imagery of animals is here again with this cat cuddling up next to this person. I feel like if you do have a cat, they could really be trying to connect with you. And I feel like your cat almost is like healing you in a way, and bringing you to the present moment and releasing this tension in your body. I feel like when you love on your animal, it's very healing for you as well, physically and emotionally. And then on the back, we have clear your energy field. So I feel like your higher self really is encouraging you to do some type of cleansing ritual, whether that's actually with sage and like going around and saging your house, or maybe listening to cleansing meditation music or clearing music, and just really letting go and cleansing. This could also be cleansing your physical space as well. But again, we have that energy filled message. I feel like really focusing on your energetic body is something that your higher self is encouraging of you. We're going to go ahead and pull a poem for you. Give me 1 second. I'm going to get a drink of water real quick. I feel like your higher self, that could be a message from your higher self to drink more water. Do what makes you feel good. So let's see. Spirit Guides of Love and Light, please connect me to the higher self of pile number 3. Can we please get a message from the higher self of pile number 3, please? So we have the Magician that came out for you. It says, ponder into your tool belt and pull out a few things. Trust in yourself and a love that knows no limits. Your ideas and thoughts permeate reality. They sprinkle themselves into mortality. They manifest their sequences through spirituality. This is your power as a human being. You bring in your actuality. Keep your intentions in line and you'll be just fine. I feel like your higher self, a message is coming through to, in the morning, name 3 things that you're grateful for and set an intention for your day. Set an intention of what you want to bring in that day, whether that's love, peace, awareness, presence, happiness, beauty, you know, really focusing on what you want to bring in. And I also feel like your higher self is saying, when you have these negative thoughts, when you have these feelings of sadness or grief, you're not going to manifest that into reality. If there's something that you let go of, it's meant to be. It's meant to be. And your spirit guides really want you, and your higher self really wants you to claim your power and realize that you are the creator of your life. Everything you have in your life is something that you've once wanted, whether unconsciously or consciously. This is your power as a human being. Feel free to screenshot this as well. And look, we have number 66 on the bottom. The 6th number for me is about self-love, self-care. remembering to prioritize yourself, remembering to take care of yourself. You are important, and your higher self is saying you is kind, you is smart, you is important. So if you've ever seen The Help, I feel like there could be messages in that movie for you as well. But I feel like that's all I have for you, pile number 3. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, please give me a like. Please comment down below and let me know if this resonated. And if you feel called, please subscribe to my channel. It really does help my channel grow, and we would love to have you be a part of the Sailor family as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you later. Bye!